Hi, I'm Tyson Bannigan. I'm a psychic. I'm also a master dowser in energy healing. And today I really want to introduce the fact that we're bringing together a gathering of the eagles. I'm quite excited about this because it's an opportunity to combine two things that I've been working on. One is, how do we prepare for the ascension process that we're undergoing? And what does that include anyway? Is it like a fifth dimensional, I don't know, departure? Are UFOs going to pick us up? Or, are we going to, how's this going to happen anyway? And part of the story really comes from Menno Pauls in his book, The Gathering of the Eagles, which was written in the 80s, which he talks about the preparation for this massive change and transformation that we're undergoing right now. Some call this Armageddon or the end times or new beginnings. So how do we prepare for that? And in the book, The Gathering of the Eagles, Menno describes his experience of being sent around the world as an ambassador to meet what he calls the eagles. And the eagles are those that need to know what it is or what it could happen if they were to awaken in a new level of consciousness, which he describes as a valley, a mountain valley, where supposedly everything will be provided for us. And the eagles will know that this is about to happen, or they'll know when it does happen what has happened, whereas those that are around them will have no clue. And so their job is to make sure that the people understand what has happened, the major shift that's been underway on the planet, to not look back on what's happening, because the planet itself is supposedly going to go through great change and transformation. The important thing about this is not to get stuck on how this is going to happen. What is important in the message is to follow our guidance, right? And it will always be in the right place at the right time whenever this event occurs. So that's the most important thing. And as an eagle, to be aware that this is going to happen and that you need to be able to guide people through to this new dimensional awareness so they feel comfortable where they are. So that's the story of the Gathering of the Eagles. And you can get a copy of that by following the link that will be in the show notes below here. And also, if you feel called that this story is resonating with you, you can also join the Gathering of the Eagles. So what is the Gathering of the Eagles? Well, it's based on the principle of 12 around 1, and here's the logo of 12 around 1. 1 being the spirit or source or divine mother or divine father or the source of all that is. Shelley Darling calls it the field of collective consciousness. However you describe that in your own words, something incredible happens when you bring 12 people together in a circle of oneness and do an attunement by opening the Akashic records, connecting with our ancestors, with the elementals, the angelic kingdom. Then really magic starts to occur, because 12 around 1 is 3, where 3 or more are gathered, there am I, and that's times 4. 4 threes are 12. 12 around the sacred. 1 is 12 disciples around Christ, 12 Knights Templar, 12 crystal skulls, which is the beginning of this next evolution. The 12 crystal skulls will come together. King Arthur and the Round Table. So you'll find that 12 around 1 is a basic fundamental sacred geometry that, when magnified, when one group of 12 births another group with virtually another group, you have 12 times 12 is 144,000, which is in the Bible, which is really what is needed for the transformation of humanity as we go through this major shift. So we're combining the Gathering of the Eagles and teaching the whole, what does it take to do this connection through sacred geometry, to connect to the one source, and what sort of guidance will we receive in preparation for this major change on the planet. So some people have said, well, what's going to happen? Well, we really don't know what's going to happen, because we have to actually live through the experience of gathering. But we do know that a group of females will be going out ahead of us into the forest, and we'll be doing some protocols to contact our UFO brothers and sisters, and also to do some protocol around connecting with the Sasquatch. So I'm sure we'll be informed by them when they come back about what sort of things we need to focus on and be guided in this connection of 12 around 1. So from my point of view, it will be things like, well, how do we come to consensus? How do we make decisions? How do we deal with somebody who's at right angles to the process. What sort of things do we need to do newer sustainability, like how to grow your own food, how to make decisions, how to come together, all the bioregional resource centers that need to be established for how to manage the old growth forest, from agriculture to food production, all of those sorts of skills we need to know. How to live as earth stewards, eco-spiritual warriors. Those will all be topics that are discussed in this group as we come together. So if you resonate with this, the link to join us, 12 around, there's only 24 positions available, and 12 will meet at a time, and the other 12 will be doing service work in the particular place that we're going to be meeting, which is the sanctuary forest. And part of the work will be building trails and improving the facilities. So come and join us if this resonates with you. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.